Go. All right. So this is my first video. I'm, I'm doing this video because I have recently been released from prison for something that the evidence says I did not do. A little disclaimer that I'm gonna read to y'all so that you understand exactly a little bit about what I'm doing. Um, you know, for this video and all future videos, uh, I uh, I wish to be clear. These videos are for me and for those who have been wrongfully accused or convicted of a crime in our criminal justice system. This video, and all future videos are for entertainment and education purposes only, and at no point should be construed in any way, shape, or form as legal advice, and should be construed as my opinion. This is my opinion only. Um, Further, I post these videos and information uh, as a public service. I do not give legal advice. If you contact me, I will not give you legal advice. It's just not something I'm going to do. With that, I'd like to talk to you about Marsden motions. If you're not a millionaire and you have no idea um, how you're going to come up with $1 million for you or your loved one, then understand that you're going to prison. It's just that simple. Evidence does not matter. And if you don't know what a Marsden motion is, uh, you're you're boned. You're done. So let's talk Marsden motions. A Marsden motion is a hearing that is requested for by a defendant who is unable to pay um, for a lawyer. So, because the court has appointed a lawyer, and what you're asking is that the court appointed lawyer be replaced for whatever reason. The problem is that most times these hearings are not successful. Your lawyer basically has to shoot you in the face in front of the judge on video for you to get a new lawyer, because then he'll be arrested and sent to prison. But beyond that, yeah, there are a list of requirements. A really good one to state in a Marsden hearing is failure to investigate. This brings up a constitutional issue. This raises a number of other issues. Um, so, you know, it's something that you have to say and you have to prove. Um, when you do that, failure to investigate would include failure to speak to witnesses, failure to collect evidence from the crime scene. My lawyer, Douglas Prouty from Plumas County, um, utterly refused. I told him where there was evidence of my innocence, and he told me where I could go to go fetch that innocence from county jail. So if your lawyer is not speaking to your witnesses, if he's not making phone calls on your behalf, if your investigator is not going um, where you want them to go, then there's a really good chance you're going to prison. Well, Um, now we're only talking court appointed lawyers and public defenders, but and I want to be clear, most public defenders want to do a good job, but they're just flooded. They got maybe 10 minutes for each case, and that's unfortunate, but it's the truth. And most of them want you just to sign a plea deal and get the get out of their way. Also, with Marsden motions, you have to claim that your lawyer is not doing his job under Strickland v. Washington, 446 U.S. 668. Um, And if you can't, you lose. So, again, know what a Marsden motion is. If you don't know what a Marsden motion is, you're going to prison. And it doesn't matter how innocent you are. It doesn't matter what the evidence says. Really good point. Prouty knew that police had planted evidence in my case and didn't care. Didn't care. It was right in the police report. He didn't care. Okay. And told me I was guilty first time he met me. But there was nothing I could do about that because I didn't understand what a Marsden motion was. That in my mind was broken. But I didn't understand what a Marsden motion was. I didn't understand the procedures behind it. Our entire Constitution is built around the law. And if you don't know the law, you're going to prison. I want to take a second and point out. Look around your house. See your mama. See your kids. See your loved ones. Out of everyone you see, 3 in 5. This was a study that was done by the Rand Corporation years ago. 3 in 5 citizens of the United States will at some point be incarcerated. That's a staggering statistic. And with the with the school to prison pipeline, it's a reality. Let me tell you, there was a number of kids, young men who were 18, just turned 18. They're convicted of sex offenses because they're with 17-year-olds. There was a number of guys that, that I did time with. These guys, they just didn't know and understand the law. And the court system uses that against us. Now, I want to talk about cops. The police are not your friend. They're not. I know it's what you hear on TV and whatnot. Police are not your friends. Their only job is to arrest you and put you in jail. Their job is not to decide whether or not you're guilty or innocent. Unfortunately, that was not my case. My lawyers, or my officers in my case, with the exception of Deputy Michael Kincaid, decided I was guilty. So they took steps to plant evidence, falsify statements. And I can prove all of it. But the courts do not care. They don't. They just don't care. But my complete story will come at a later date. Right now, I just want to talk to you about what you do with police. The moment a cop walks up to you, you look at him dead in the face and say, "Am I under suspicion of a crime?" If he says no, you turn around and walk away. That's simple. You do not have to talk to the police at all, ever. If he says yes, then he has to tell you what crime he suspects you of to have probable cause. If he doesn't do that, he just broke the law. But they don't really care about the law, unfortunately. Also, the moment handcuffs are put on you, shut up. The moment a cop talks to you, approaches you, shut up. The only thing that should come out of your mouth is, "I want a lawyer." They're going to threaten you with jail. They're going to threaten you with killing your mama. These people will do whatever is necessary to put you in prison. In my personal case, I had 3 officers show up at my mother's home. Let me back up. Show up at my wife's home, my ex-wife's home, and told her I was guilty, told her, all this other crap, and wanted to interrogate her, you know. So, yeah. So the police are not your friends, okay? 9 out of 10 cops are dirty. They will violate your rights, and they will throw you in prison. They will falsify statements, and they will tamper with evidence to ensure you go to prison. Period. Well, that's about it. I hope it helps. Please subscribe. I will be posting my numerous other videos. I'm not sure how all that works.